Good morning! Welcome back to Par and Kumar's cooking show where the donnie's too hot and we're all out of spam. I'm your host Par, and Kumar and I are going to teach you all about how to cook a nice shawarma rice while paying attention to what's happening to the food. Because cooking isn't just throwing stuff in a pan, it's a bunch of physical and chemical changes happening right in front of you. Now the first step of today's recipe is preparing the ingredients. Firstly, we're going to chop the onions and garlic, and the change that happens here is physical. As we cut the onions and garlic, the only thing that really changes is their size and shape. They're still really just onions and garlic, but in smaller pieces.
The second step is sauteing aromatics. Heat a pan, add oil, then put in the chopped onion and garlic and stir until the onion turns clear and everything smells really fragrant. This is physical change because the onions soften as heat breaks down their structure and releases water. This is also a chemical change. As the garlic and onion cook, browning and flavor reactions start happening, which is why the smell gets stronger and sweeter. Step 3. Cooking the ground beef. Next, add the ground beef and start mixing it with the onion and garlic. This is chemical change because the beef changes color from pink to brown as the proteins react to heat and the meat cooks. This change can't be reversed. Step 4. Adding seasoning. You have to add soy sauce, fish sauce, oyster sauce, salt, pepper, then fold everything together until it's evenly mixed. This is an example of physical change because mixing spreads the seasonings through the meat so every bite tastes the same. This is also an example of chemical change because the heat continues to develop deeper flavors as the spices toast slightly and react with the meat and oils. Then, step 5 is letting it cook. You have to let the beef cook fully, folding it every few minutes so it cooks evenly. And of course, this is an example of chemical change because more browning happens and moisture evaporates, concentrating the flavor.
Alright, and the next step of today's recipe is cooking the rice. So in another pan, we're going to add the oil, the rice, and sprinkle in curry or turmeric for the flavor. Now, we can see two changes happening here, both physical and chemical. The physical change being when we stir, it coats the rice and grains with the oil and seasoning. While the chemical change that is happening is when the rice is heated or fried, it can lightly toast, which changes the flavor and aroma.
Last but not the least, step 7 is the assembly. Now we have to assemble everything. Rice on the plate, shawarma beef on one side, sliced cucumber on top, and a drizzle of cube pea mayonnaise. And this is an example of physical change because arranging the food just changes how it looks and how the ingredients are distributed.
And there you have it, your very own shawarma rice. And that concludes today's episode of Par and Kumar's cooking show. We hope you enjoyed today's recipe. I'm sure I did. Cooking like this shows how heat, mixing, and time can change food. Sometimes physically, sometimes chemically, and sometimes both at once. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.